We're on the second floor of the Elks Theater Performing Arts Center.
So I'm a sound engineer. We do recording here at the Elks Theater. I also own a production company. We do DJ. We also do sound and lighting, and then we just launched a video production service. So we do kind of a full production type of business. So
and Justin works with us to help us and very inexpensively provide services to the general public. Maybe if you talk a little bit about what went on here last week.
Yeah, of course. Yes. You know, we had a band last week. It was a four-piece band. And then what we did was we used all these rooms. Each musician had their own room. And so basically what we did was we mic'd the drum set in here. We had guitars, bass, and then keyboards in here. So we kind of just all recorded all at once.
And they're all wearing headsets so they can hear each other?
Yeah, they all have headphones. They can all hear each other. They all have mics so they can all talk to each other too and everything. And then everything's ran through our control room back here.
So now when they had the headphones and the mics, were they bringing their own stuff?
They bring in their own instruments, but we provide microphones, cables. We do recording on our sound system here. I'll show you kind of the session that we did the other day. Everything's plugged into here. This is our recording interface, headphone amp. This is our mic pre. All of our cables, everything's all wired into the control room here.
Right. So you have cable access in each room.
Yeah, so every room we can plug in mics and stuff like that. So this is basically what it looks like. So you have all your full drum set. You've got some tambourine, you've got guitar tracks, bass, keyboards, vocals. So we record everything. We recorded the instruments all at once, and then we had them do all the vocal tracks after that. So so they did 6 songs. They just did like a quick demo. We do everything from basic demos to full production sound, so full radio quality music.
Who thought of this? I mean, you're on a floor where, and you're going up, you got dance areas that you're on those floors, and this is just like, and people say, well, it's part of the arts, but it's very different to have something like this with sound booths.
So it's kind of like you said, it's part of the performing arts, so you've got the live events, but then at some point bands and musicians need to have, so if you perform here, but you want something a little bit more polished sounding on a recording, then you can come and record at the studio versus recording something live, that's on stage. We bring in our own clientele. The Elks Theater does give us referrals with people wanting to record. So it's kind of both. We get some from the Elks, and then some we bring our own. The last band we recorded, they wanted everything all done at once, so we needed a little bit of extra inputs. The drummer, we had he had a 6-piece drum kit, so we close mic'd everything. Had an overhead and a room mic.
Did he bring his own mic? Did he bring his own mics for all that?
No, we provided all them. We provide all the mics.
Oh, okay.
So he just brings his kit. We provide the mics, headphones, and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it. So
what was interesting when I walked into this room, it went from slight echo, but still really good acoustics, because you're dealing with a soft floor, some carpet, to dead.
Yeah.
It's dead. When you talk, I talk. It just it's wonderful.
Well, it sounds great. Like, when you have some of the room in there, I can play a little sample for you. So everything was recorded all at once except for the vocals. So everything sounds nice and clean, and
Yeah, that makes a big difference having the sound booths. Yeah. We do it digitally, like we do all of our stuff just digitally.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it because you're in a closed system. But when you have physical drums, and things like that, where you got a mic and speaker or a mic and amp, with a sound room like this, it's fantastic.
Yeah, sound room makes a difference. It's dead enough to where it's not totally dead, but it's not open enough to where it's like noisy. It's like it's got a nice balance.
Yeah.
Especially for drums, because I like to have.
You can always add something to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I like real roomy, airy sounding drums.
Yeah.
So it has just enough of that to be able to give me what I want. So.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot easier to have a signal like that. That's clean, and then you can just add rather than trying to fix something. It's special. This is special.
Yeah.
Especially in a town like Prescott.
Yeah.
I didn't even expect it, you know?
And I can show you some of the mics that we use too. I don't know if you can see that on camera here, but I'll get this open here. So this is what we used for vocals and room mics for the drum. So this is it's a Shure KSM 44A, which is a condenser mic. It sounds really nice and crisp. We've got some more drum mics. So kick drum. This is another kick drum mic, Beta 61 Beta 91A. Okay. These we can use for toms, which sound really good. We got this nice ribbon mic. It's a Bayer Dynamic. Use it a lot for guitars and drum overheads.
Oh yeah.
And then we've got more drum mics down here. These are all Audix. I really like these. So we use this for snares. So it's an Audix i5.
Okay.
Sounds really full.
Okay.
Kick drum mic.
Yeah.
Audix D6. Sounds really good. That's we use pretty much all of these mics.
I'm familiar with these little guys as an indoor dialogue mic and for what you're doing for the cymbals.
I actually like using these for acoustic guitar.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I use this one a lot for acoustic. It's the Audix SCX1. And then this one I use for overheads and also acoustic. It's the Audix SCX25A. They're both condenser mics. And then we bring in some of our own mics from our own inventory.
So are people bringing their amps in and are you wiring in the amps or are you miking the amps?
We're miking the amps.
Yeah,
we mic the
better.
amps. Yeah. So we actually, with my production company, we bring in other outside mics. So we bring in a lot of, Shure SM57s and Beta 57s and stuff like that for a lot of the guitars. For bass, we normally go direct in, and we also mic the amp, so kind of give a nice full sound.
Sure. Right.
So
the guitar mics are the amp mics. That's critical because a lot of people don't realize you got to have the right mic or the thing's gonna pop on you all the time. I don't know how much people are into mics when we're talking about this thing.
I could talk about mics all day.
But when it comes to doing sound and recording of the sound, it's a big deal that you would be able to come into a place like this.
And Sky City Audio have been really generous to us with the level of service that they've given to us, and they highly recommended, professional, excellent work, and never had any issues or anything. So I'm really happy that we were able to partner with Justin and his company, and for anybody that wants to come here or use him on the outside, they could not do better.
Yeah, it's been such a great partnership with the Elks. They've basically given us access to this amazing space, and it's just been a great relationship between us and the Elks Theater, to be able to come in and, use the facility, but then also really work with the Elks to, get their name out to the community, to a lot of the musicians in town, but then we can come in and work with one-on-one with the musicians as well and use their facility and everything. So it's been a great relationship.
So you're stealing one of the sound booths.
So this is the biggest one here.
So you've got 4 altogether.
This is the recording space. In this particular area is Wenger soundproof booths.
Okay.
And these are designed for music practice, voiceovers, readings, any of those types of things that you would do and record.
Can you go in there?
Yeah.
Close the door?
Yeah.
And then you try to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to hear you with, go ahead. There he's talking.
Here I am talking.
Okay. Tell me when it's closed. Anything you want.
It works.
It works. You got your money's worth.
What?
Could you hear me at all?
I could probably more because I could see your mouth moving. And
I don't know if these are locked, but this is that recording session we did. This is where the keyboardist was, and like I said, everything's got mic input access. So if we've got a guitar amp or something in here, we can run mics into this room, and then
Or
they
you
can
just
be
plug up.
this room right here, this big one. is where it's got all the other.
Do you, when they bring the keyboards in, do you supply your own cables?
Yeah,
them?
we have our own cables here. Sometimes they'll bring their own instrument cables just for because we always just say, if you could bring your own instrument cables, that'd be great. If not, we've got them, so drums and everything can get plugged in there. We have a ton of cables.
Right.
We have all different kinds of cables.
Right.
Yeah, direct boxes, which is what you can plug an acoustic guitar in or keyboard.
This is a nice setup.
So, yeah, it's cool. And what's cool is we use this room for the most part just so we can see them through the control room there.
Right.
So it's easier to communicate.
So you could actually fit a three-piece in here if you wanted to.
Well, we don't normally put a full band in here at once.
Okay.
If it's a full band that wants to record all at once, the drummer and then maybe a guitarist will be in here.
Oh, okay.
If the guitarist is in here, we still put amps in another room.
Well, yeah.
So that's what we did. We had drums. The guitar player was in here. His guitar amps were in that room.
Well, if somebody is extremely experienced at doing this, okay, I can see them being separate rooms. But if they're used to eye contact for feel and how to get it just where they want to and how they work together, I could see that it could help to be able to be together or somewhat together anyway. Okay, this is Justin from
Sky City Audio.
Sky City Audio, and he is at the Elks Performing Arts Center. Basically runs this particular department here, along with having his own business too, and they're kind of tied together. So you want to contact the Elks if you want to get anything like this done.
Yeah. So if you want to book studio time, get in touch with Steven at the Elks Theater, or you can go to my website, skycityaudio.com, and we can book through one of those two sources.
Okay, well, that was a great tour. We got to see a lot of things with the Elks.
Yeah, the reason that we exist here is to support the performing arts in the Quad City area, and that combines both the theater aspect of the business, or the foundation, and the performing arts side. And there are a dozen different things that we do in the community that is supported by the people that come to the shows next door in the theater, that volunteer for us, that rent our facilities, our dance studios, rooms upstairs, the event halls upstairs on the third floor. All that money that we receive is turned around and put back into the community here by the Elks Foundation. And it happens through scholarship. We do also music buying program, instrument buying programs for local high schools and middle schools.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Where we literally call up the school and say, "What do you need?" And they'll give us a list of stuff, and we'll, depending on budget, just buy them some stuff and give it to them. And literally, that's what we do. Partnering with some of the local theater groups, nonprofit theater groups, where they get to use the theater and put on their family theater shows. And
yeah, we do dance recitals, we do graduations, things like that for some of the local schools. It's great. They do their science fair projects up here, so they'll have a little show downstairs on the stage, and then they'll come up here and have their family follow, and it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's really, really neat. Yeah.
When people come here, that they're not just spending money, the money that is returned to the community at large in a number of different ways, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be a part of it, and it's wonderful being able to help in whatever way we can.
We've had moms, approach us and say, I can't afford ballet shoes. I can't afford tap shoes. They're going to get their ballet shoes and tap shoes for sure, so we do that. And I don't think the community is really, really aware of that just yet. And so this is going to help. We want the word to get out.
Really, really happy to be part of it. Really, really happy to participate, and really thrilled that you're taking the time to give us the exposure. Absolutely.
Anything else to say that you want to say?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm gonna close out for your neck of the woods, and this is the Elks Theater Performing Arts Center with two different sides. One's the theater, and one has all these different areas that you can rent for dance, etc., etc. It's a great thing in this community, and I'm glad you could watch this segment. Thank you.